Hello, good morning class 10 children. Welcome back. This is your Yogesh sir who is teaching online your English literature or English paper 2. To go back to what we were doing in our last online class, we were uh, in Act 3, Scene 2 of or play The Merchant of Venice written by William Shakespeare. So in the last class we saw how did Portia feel when Bassanio march forward to select the casket out of the three caskets, right? She also told us about her feelings that Bassanio seemed to be like Hercules, and uh, as Hercules moved forward to save Hesione, the princess of city Troy, uh, here Hercules saved Hesione from being devoured by sea monster, right? Here, in the eyes of Portia, Bassanio seemed like Hercules, who is on the way to select the caskets, right? And there in the background, we heard the music, right? There was a song, right? The song had a theme where the love begins, right? It is not in the heart of a person, or it is not in the head of a man, right? It is in the eyes of the person, right? It begins in the eyes and ends in the eyes, right? And we heard the chorus, right? We said ding dong bell, right? So that was the portion we had covered in our last online class. So what further, we begin today. So if you are with the textbook, please see, and we carry forward. We are yet doing uh, act 3 scene 2 out of the 5 scenes we have in this act, right? And of course, okay, this is one of the longest scenes we have in the play, The Merchant of Venice, right? However, very important because this is the third last casket scene we are witnessing, and this is the final casket scene we are witnessing, right? The other two being the Prince of Morocco's and the Prince of Arrogance, right? Both of them were failures, right, in choosing the casket, right? Now it has come to Bassanio. Uh, Now, how he march uh, forward, and what did he say about the three caskets, and which one did he choose, right? So these are the questions with us. So we'll see, right? So let's begin. So it is Bassanio to resume or scene activation 2. So please see. Bassanio says, so may the outward souls believe themselves. So Bassanio sees three caskets in front of him, gold, silver, and lead, right? And he begins with gold first, right? Now, what did he say on seeing gold casket? That's what he says. Now, see here. So may the outward souls. Outward means external, right? The external appearance. So may the external appearance believe themselves. That means, right? Uh, the external appearance has no real value, he says, on seeing the golden casket. So he says that, right, what you see, right, from outside has no real value, right? He says the world is still deceived with ornament. So the world is misled with right external uh, shows. He says the outward appearance. The world is completely cheated by the external appearance of anything. Okay, so in law, and he gives the example, right, how people are cheated. Now you see, in law court, right, what plea so tainted and corrupt, right? So a case, right, which is put forward, right? So see here, which is filed here, a case which is tainted and corrupt. That means which is bad and dishonest, right? But being seasoned with a gracious voice obscures the show of evil, right? So a case which is bad and dishonest, right, may be pleaded, being covered up, being seasoned means being covered up with a gracious voice, with the eloquent voice of the lawyer, right, obscures the show of evil and conceals what evil is there. That means it is the work of the evil and his eloquence, which he, turns the keys, right? The evil, he makes it, right now, uh, good, right? And the good, he makes it bad. So it's all dependent on the eloquent uh, um, versions of the lawyer, right? So see here. So what you see may not be okay what is inside. That's what he's telling. So in religion, now he gives another example. First he gave the example of law court. Now he gives the example of religion. So see, in religion, what damned error, but some sober brew will bless it and approve it with the text, hiding the gross with fair ornament, right? So in religion, right, when a preacher is preaching, right, some pious looking person who is a priest, right, he looks very pious, he looks very holy, right, his dress up is also very holy, right, will commit a serious mistake, will commit a grave error, will commit a great fault, right? By what? See, uh, but some sober bro will bless it, approve it, and then he justifies, right, with the quotations of the scriptures, with the quotations of the holy book, right, hiding the grossness, hiding the evil with fair ornament, with okay sacred words. Now you see, right? So it's all the talent of this, right, a holy person, right, who converts one thing to another, right, by his, right, uh, by his okay ability to explain and speak to his congregation, right? Okay, so what is good he makes it bad, what is bad he makes it good, right? So this is what here Bassanio sees, right, and feels on uh, the gold casket. Now see, there is no vice, so there is no evil, so simple but assumes, which resembles, right, some mark of virtue on his outward parts, right, some mark on the virtue, the quality on his external appearance. Okay, so how many cowards whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, where yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars. Now he gives the third example. Right, the first he gave the example of the law code, then he gave the example of the religion, right, a preacher, right, and now he comes to Hercules and Mars. Right, now you see, so Hercules is the god of strength, the strongest man on earth, right, and we even call him Alcides. Then the next is Mars. Mars is the god of war, right? Then see, so he tells here, right, both of these persons, both of these gods had beard, right, a face. They had the beard, right? Now any normal man, if he keeps beard, right, he's not Hercules, he's not Mars, right? So that means by keeping beard, you won't become Hercules, you won't become Mars, right? Okay, that's what here Bassanio says. Okay, so by external look, you may not be what you are inside, right? That's what okay he says. Okay, on seeing and calculating the gold casket. Now see, who inward searched have rivers white as milk. Now who inward searched, that means if he searched inside him, right, the man with the bearded face, right, who looked like uh, Hercules or Alcides or Mars, have livers white as milk, right, but they do have cowardice heart, cowardice liver, because in the Elizabethan time it was a belief those people who have uh, white liver was considered coward, and those people who had the red, right, liver was considered brave man, right? That was an assumption, right, of the Elizabethan times, right? So what we see, right, outside may not be what is inside, right? Again he tells, now see, and these assume but velos excrement to render them redoubted. Now see, and these amuse, right, but velos excrement means outgrowth, which is grown from outside, right, to render them okay redoubted, so make them, right, seem formidable, right? So what is inside, right, is not what is okay outside, right? So by the look you can see that he is Hercules, the world's strongest man, or Mars, the god of war, right, who have a beard, right? But the people, the simple man who keeps okay beard, right, cannot become okay Hercules, cannot become Mars, right? Because they may have okay the white liver inside. Okay, that's what he tells. Now he gives the fourth example, and he tells, look at here, look on beauty. So he gives an example of a beautiful looking young lady, right? So when we see a beautiful looking young lady, he says, and you shall see it is purchased by the wit, and you shall see in that beauty, right, the artificial beauty, right? So how come okay artificial beauty? Because, right, the artificial beauty is right here, right, purchased in the chemist shop, That means which is the application of the cosmetics on the face of a beautiful looking young lady, right? So she's looking okay beautiful just because she has applied the cosmetics, right? Cream and all, right? Okay. So but when you make this young lady right wash her face, the reality will come out, right? So it is a purchased beauty, right? That is right, it is a made up beauty, it is an artificial beauty just given okay the beautiful look, right, because of the cosmetic applications. See, which wherein works a miracle in nature. So it brings a lot of change, right, in the look before okay the application of cosmetic on the face and after the application of cosmetic on the face. So you see hell, okay, hell and heaven difference, right? That's what here Masani assumes on saying the gold casket, making them lightest that wear most of it. So making them lightest in character, right? Who has it, right? So when you see a beautiful looking young lady, we also feel that the character is also as beautiful as she is, right? That is what people's assumptions are. Now see, making them lightest that wear most of it. So are those crisp, snaky golden locks, which make such wanton gambols with the wind upon supposed fairness, upon known to be the dowry of a second head, the skull that bred them in this sepulchre. Thus ornament is but the guile sore to a most dangerous sea. Right? Now he gives the fifth example. Right? What he gives? So are those crisp, snaky golden locks. That means crisp means curly. Right? Snaky means winding. Snake like curly. Right? Curly, okay, snake like hair. Right? Which is the golden lock, right, which you see in the English court, right? In the English court you see the jury, right? They have the artificial hair put on, they have the wig, right, put on, right, which is golden in color. They are curly, snaky, long, right? You might have seen. Okay, so which make such wanton gambols, so which gives them the lively movements, right? It gives the lively okay movements to them when they shake their head, right? When the curly hairs do okay clear move, right? It gives a beautiful picture, right, to them, right? That's why they have a practice of wearing the wigs, the golden wigs, right, in the law court. So with the wind, right, when the wind blows on their face, right, so or when they shake their head, right, the golden curly hair okay right moves, right, which gives a beautiful picture upon suppose fairness on that beautiful look of the man, right, often known to be the dowry of a second hand. But do you know, right, where do these wigs come from, right? So it is known that the hair that they are wearing, right, the wigs we call, right, they actually, right, have okay come from the another man's head, right? Those head, right, lie buried now, right? That means those golden locks are the right hair of those people who are now dead. They lay buried, right? So the hair is used as right wigs, right, by the living people. Okay, and they are practiced okay in the English law code, right, by the right lawyers, right? They wear them. Okay, so see. Okay, so just to give the beautiful picture of what they look like, right? This is practice. Okay, so see the reality of that hair, right, is now okay clear buried in the right sepulchre, right? Sepulchre means tomb, right? They are buried now, they are dead now. Okay, thus ornament is but the guided so thus okay outward, right, now ornament, the outward appearance, the outward show, right, is what is just like the treacherous shore, right, to a most dangerous sea. Okay, so on the sea bank you see when the sea becomes okay dangerous, when the sea becomes okay wild, right, the shore also turns okay to be wild, because right the movement of the water reaches to the shore, right, then you can predict that okay the sea is not calm, the sea is not soft, right, it is dangerous okay there in the sea. Okay, so this is the prediction, this is the assumption. Okay, so same thing okay when Bassanio saw, right, the golden casket, right, so it is just the outward appearance, it is just a show, it has an external appearance, right, he tells. Okay, then see the beauty's scarf veiling an Indian beauty. So he gives another example of a dark complexion face, right, right, which is called here Indian beauty, refers to the brownish skin, right, dark skin as compared to the whitish, right, of the foreigners, right. So the beauties, right, the beauteous okay scarf veiling, veiling means covering, right, a dark face. Okay, so the veil is used in order to cover the dark face, right? So in a word, that means briefly or in short, the seeming truth, the false appearance, right, which cunning times, which peace, but on, right, to entrap the wisest, right? So see, cunning people, okay, deceives, right now, even the wisest, right? So the wisest are deceived by the cunning people, right? Just okay from the external appearance. Therefore, thou gaudy gold. Therefore, you soy gold. Gaudy means soy, external appearance, which is just okay, an appearance to look at, right? Hard foot for Midas. So it is same thing like okay, King Midas okay had observed and experienced, right? So King Midas okay wanted uh, gold and gold. You might have okay read this story in your okay junior classes, right? And he prayed to God, right, and asked the blessings that whatever he touches, right, would turn into gold. And so the God okay granted the blessings, right? And when King Midas, right, touched okay any of the objects, that turned gold. And when he sat to have his meal, when he touched to eat, right, the food also became gold. So you see, right? Okay, so King Midas, okay, clear here, repented on okay what blessings he had asked from the God, right? Because he could not be happy thereafter. Okay, so see, I will none of thee. So Basani has also taken a reason that I don't want to choose you, right? I have nothing to do with you, you gold casket, right? Basani took a decision on seeing it, right? I have nothing to do. I don't want to be another Midas, right? He feels nor none of the, and then he switched on to the another okay casket, right? That is okay silver casket. So he says, looking at the silver casket, no, I don't want to choose even you, right? I let go the golden casket, right? I have nothing to do with the golden casket, right? And when he came to silver casket, he also said, I have even nothing to do with you, right? Thou pale and common drudge. So you pale, right? You silver has a pale color, right? And common drudge is an ordinary, right? Slave. Common drudge means ordinary slave, right? Between man and man, right? Which is a medium of exchange, right? Between man and man, right? So looking at the gold casket, okay, here Bassanio, right, rejected, telling that it has only the outward appearance, it is only a show, right? Okay, it is only gaudy, it is only okay an outward appearance. Okay, so I don't want to be like Midas, right? And then he came to silver casket and said that you are an ordinary, right, slave, right, which is used as a medium of exchange from man to man. So what does it mean, right? In those days there were silver coins, right? And the coin is not, right, permanent with you, right? Today the coin is with you, tomorrow it will go to somebody else, right? So it is never yours. So it is a slave. Silver is a slave, right? It comes to work for you, right? And when you have done it, right, it goes to somebody else's okay hand, right? Okay, so it is never permanent with you, right? Here okay Bassanio rejected, right, the silver casket even, okay, calling it is a common dress, right? Is an ordinary slave, right, which is a medium of exchange between man to man. Then see, but thou, and then he came finally to lead casket, and he says, but you, thou meager lead. So he says, you unattractive lead, right? Meager means unattractive, which has no color, which has no beauty, right? Which doesn't seem worth, right? You unattractive, okay, lead, right? Which reddest threatenest than, which rather threatenest than dust promised, okay, ought, right? So you are threatening, right? Now the inscription what is written in the lead casket, we all know it threatens. You have to take the hazard, you have to take the risk, as it is clearly mentioned, right? Then does thou promise anything, right? Then you promise ought means anything, right? Okay, so you only threaten, then you promise anything. Okay, thy paleness moves me. So your pale color, your pale image has really touched me, right? Here Basani says, more than eloquence, more than it says, more than the okay the inscription says. Okay, and here choose I, and this is what I choose, right? Basani says, joy be the consequence, let the result be joyous, right? He says, let the consequence be joyous, let the result be happy, right, to what he has chosen, right? So now you see Bassanio has, right, finally chosen lead casket. So he began with gold, and gold he called, right, it is only an outward show, where many of the people in the world are misled, right? Many of the world people are cheated, Okay, they are okay, clearly deceived, right, by his color and the looks, right, by his beauty, right. And here okay, Bassanio called that he doesn't want to be another Midas, right. And so he let go the gold casket, and when he switched on to silver casket, he says, right, silver is a common dross, right, it is an ordinary slave, which is, right, a medium of exchange between man to man. So the silver coin today is with you, right. So who knows, tomorrow it will go to somebody else, so it's never yours, right. It's a slave working for you, right. And then he came to, so he let go the silver casket, and finally he came to lead, and he says that he is very touched with the lead, and the inscription that is though threatened, right, but he okay accepts it, right. And so he asked for the key of the lead casket, right, and he told, let the result be happy, right. Now what is the result? Let's find out, right. As soon as okay, Bassanio chose the lead casket, now what did Portia say? Portia in her own heart, right, in her own mind says this, see, how all the other passions flit away. That means now, right, may the emotions, right, disappear into the air. May all the emotions now vanish into the air, right, now she says, okay. So she at once becomes very much overjoyed to what casket here Bassanio has chosen, because she knows, right, in lead casket, right, there is the portrait of Portia, right. Now see, as doubtful thoughts, just like the feelings, just like the doubtful feelings, she says, right, may all the emotions vanish into the air, right, into the air, just like the doubtful feelings, she says, and rest embrace despair, right, and rough, right now, right, embraced, okay, despair. That means, and rough, right, conceived despair, loss of hope, she says, okay, and shuddering fear, and trembling fear, shaking fear, right, and green eyed jealousy, and let it be a personified jealousy, right, she says. So her happiness knows no bound right now, right, because what she had wanted, what she was waiting for, right, that finally came out true, right. So see, oh love, be moderate, and then she calms herself, right. She tries to make herself understand, right. So she says, oh love, right, she's telling to herself, be, right, moderate. That means here, be okay, clear, calm, right. Don't exaggerate yourself in showing this much of happiness, okay. Allay thy ecstasy, and she says, reduce the excessive joy that you have right now, right. Allay means give up, right, surrender, right, okay, reduce, diminish, right, decrease, right, the excessive joy that you are having now, right. Ecstasy means extreme joy, excitement, okay. In measure reign thy joy, right. So bring your joy to moderation, bring your happiness, bring your merry to your, right, to your, okay, clear, right, moderate, right, be average, scan this excess, right. So make this joy less, right. Don't be overjoyed now, right. I feel too much thy blessing, make it less, for fear I submit. And she says, I feel too much. That means I feel okay, too strong, right? In this okay blessing, right? Make it less. So I want to make it okay less myself, right? For fear I submit, because I may suffer, right? Because when I'm overjoyed, when I'm okay overexcited, right? I may soon, right? I may, right, fall down fainted, right. Okay, so I may be unconscious, right. And who knows, okay, I may even have the heart attack, right, because of the extreme joy. You have seen lots of examples in the movies and in the stories, right, when there is, right, exceeding happiness in a person, right. Sometimes the person swoons, right, faints, and thereafter, right, uh, right, dies because of heart failure. Okay, so here Portia, right now, tries to console herself, right? She tries to comfort herself, right? She tries to calm herself, right? She is overjoyed with happiness, right? Before the lead of the lead casket is open, right? She understood, right, that Basani is victorious now. Basani has been the winner, right, in this okay lottery, right? And she was overjoyed with happiness, but she tries to control herself, right? She tries to say to herself that, right, I need to control myself in expressing my uttermost joys, right? She tells. right? And then Bassanio, after getting the key, right, of the lead casket, he opens, right, as others have done. And then what he sees, see here, when he opened the lid of the lead casket, then he finds what find I hear, and he says, "What is this that I have found here?" Right? He's aghast, he's surprised, he's shocked, right? What he got there inside, right? Opening the lead in casket, he opens the lead casket and gets shocked, right? For Portia's counterfeit, because he got there inside Portia's counterfeit. That means Portia's image, right? Portia's portrait inside the lead casket. And that is what a suitor will have to get it, right? To be a winner of Portia's life partner, right? So that's what here Bassanio expressed on seeing, right, what he uh, saw inside the lead casket. What demigod has come so near creation? And uh, he starts okay praising the artist, right? The artist who has painted this portrait is a demigod, right? Demigod means semi-god, right? He's half human, half god, right? If he's not perfectly a god, he's half human, right? So only the demigod can do this, can bring the exact copy of Portia into his painting, right? So he praised the creation of the artist, the painter who has painted the portrait of Portia. It is, right, a lifelike, right? He says, "Move these eyes," and he looks at okay this beautiful portrait, and then okay finds these eyes are moving, because when he rolled his eyeballs and saw the portrait, right, he finds that even the eyeballs of the portrait Portias are also moving, right? It is lifelike, he says. Or whether riding on the balls of mine seem they in motion. So he says, or whether is that they are okay moving as I move my eyeballs to look at this beautiful portrait, he says. Here are severed lips, and then he talked about the parted lips. Severed lips means parted lips, right? The upper lips and the lower lips, right? Now he began to talk about the beauty. First he talked about the beauty of the portrait, right? And he calls that only a demigod can do this, right? So the artist is a demigod. He is half human, half god, because a normal human being cannot paint a portrait like it is painted, right? And now he talked about the parted lips. Those are beautiful, he said. Parted with sugar breath, and they look very sweet. Sugar means sweet, right? They are looking sweet breath. So sweet a bar, so sunder such sweet friends, just like the two friends who are separated. Sunder means separated, right? Departed from one another, right? Okay, so likewise, I see the two parted lips of this painted portrait, right? Here in her hairs, the painter placed the spider, and then he talked about the beautiful lock of hair of the right portrait of Portia. Here in her hair, so here is the beautiful lock of hair, right? The painter placed the spider, and the painter has worked just like the spider. How? See, and had woven a golden mesh to entrap the hearts of men, right? So just like a spider makes the spider web, right? The web is beautifully made, right? It is the work of a carpenter, right? It's the carpentry work done by the spider, right? Because every rectangular box that is mixed in the web, right, they have the similar size and shape, right? Clear? Likewise, though the spider occulate does not, right, make it with the help of measuring, right, scale or tape, or you can see the pencil or any marking, right? The spider does it freehand, right? Likewise, okay, here the painter has done the beautiful lock of hair, right? They are made so beautifully, just like the wave made by the spider, measured, right, and attractive, and such just like this spider web, right, attracts all others, and traps any insects that okay flies near it or it gets into it. Clear? Likewise are the beautiful lock of hair of Porcius, right? They are entrapping the hearts of men on seeing the beautiful lock of hair, right? Many people okay like many of the varieties in the young beautiful lady, right? Some may like eyes, some may like nose, some may like okay the face, some may like the color, some may like the hair, right? Likewise, so those people who be in love with the beautiful hair, they would okay get mesmerized on seeing the beautiful lock of hair of Porcius, right? So they are beautifully right made. Now see, faster than gnaws in cobwebs. So faster than the gnaws. Gnaws are the insects trapped in the cobwebs. Cobwebs are the webs of the spider, right? So, but her eyes, now again he went back to the eyes, right? How could he see to them, to do them, right? So how could the painter, right, paint such beautiful eyes of hers? They are true copy, right? When Bassanio moved his eyeballs to look at this beautiful picture of, okay, Portia's, the image of Portia's, right? He seemed that the painted, okay, portrait of Portia is also moving its eyes, right? They are lifelike eyes given. Having made one, methinks it should have power to still both his. So when he has painted one, okay, eye, the painter, the artist, it seemed that the portrait had purchased, right? Okay, had stolen, right, the eyes of the painter as well, right? It was given the look-alike, right, uh, uh, of, okay, the original Portia. Then see, and leave itself unfinished, and leave itself, okay, unfurnished. Unfurnished means unfinished, right? When he has done one eye, right? So yet look how far the substance of my praise that wrong this shadow, and yet look how far the words of my praise, right, do injustice, right, now to this portrait. So that means, okay, here Bassanio is praising the beautiful portrait of Portia, and as much as he praises, right, the lesser it would seem, because, right, his words would fail to praise the beautiful portrait of Portia, right? So beautifully the painter has painted this, right? He says, in underpricing it, that means in estimating it, right? The more he estimates in this portrait, the lesser it would seem. Okay, so far this shadow, so far this portrait, right, that limb behind the substance falls short behind this original, right? That means it was an exact copy of Portia. There was not an inch, not a slightest inch of a difference with this original Portia who is standing nearby. Okay, so and then at the side of it, right, he finds a scroll. He finds a rolled paper, which is a document, right, like the other two princes had also found, right? Here is the scroll, he says, right, which contains what? See, the container and summary, which contains and summarizes of my fortune, of my fate, of my destiny, right? What is written in this? And then he picks up, unrolls it, and then he reads what is written in the scroll, right? So what is written? See, this is another very important, right? So you that choose not by the view, so you who has chosen not by the looks, view means looks, you have chosen not by the looks, because if Bassanio had gone with the looks, then he would also have chosen the golden casket like others have done, right? Clear? And would be a loser. Okay, so you who have chosen not by the looks, right, chance is fair, right, may be fortunate, right, may be lucky, right, and choose the true, and so you have, okay, chosen the right now casket, right? Okay, then see, be content, now you be satisfied, right? Be content, you be satisfied with what you got, and seek no view, right, and seek no new, that means, and seek no more happiness than what you've got. This is the utmost happiness that you have got, right? Now you doesn't require to get any more happiness, right? If you be well pleased with this, and if you are happy with this, very happy with this, right, and hold your, okay, fortune for your, okay, bliss, and consider your destiny, right, your future, right, for your bliss, for this joy, right, turn you where your ladies. Now you can turn where the original Portia is standing. Ladies means Portia, where Portia is standing, living, right? Portia is standing, right, and claim her with a loving kiss, and you claim her, right, to be your wife, giving a kiss, right? So that is mentioned in the scroll, because you are a winner, right? Now you have become the winner of this lottery as devised by Portia's father, right? So you are the winner, right, to win Portia now. You can claim her, right, with giving a kiss to her. That's the scroll says, right? And now Portia, Bassanio says, what's he? A gentle scroll. So he calls the scroll is a very, very beautiful scroll. Bassanio says, right, after reading it. Fair lady, by your leave. And he turns towards, okay, Portia, and then says, oh, beautiful lady, right, by your permission, right, by your limits, by your permission, may I, okay, clear, give a kiss, as written, as it the scroll says, right? And then he kisses her, kissing her, right? He gives a kiss to Portia. I come by note, and he says, I come as directed by note, right? What does the scroll say? So I have, okay, come here, right, to give and to receive, to give a kiss and to receive a kiss in return, right? like one of two contending in a prize, just like one or two contenders were competing in a prize, right? So when any competitors compete for a prize, right? So surely there will be a winner, and the winner will be awarded, right? So that's what okay I'm here for, right? The school has given me the reward, right, to give you a kiss and to receive a kiss in return, right? That things he had done well in people's eyes. Who thinks that you have done well in the people's estimation, right? Because all other spectators, audiences, right, are all okay clear here, right, waiting to see the last moment who will be the winner, right? So I stood winner, okay, hearing applause and universal shout. So when there is a right now there is an applause, clapping of all the okay spectators, audiences, right, and universal shout, there is a shout of approval, right, because okay I have been a winner, right? So giddy in spirit, right? So they are all okay giddy in excitement, wild excitement. All these people who are the spectators or who are the audience, yes or no, they all okay applaud the winner by giving their shouts, by giving their okay clappings, right, applauding. Now you see, still gazing in a doubt, so still looking in a doubt, right, whether those they peals of praise, so whether this shout of applause, right, be his or no. That means everyone who is gathered there, right, is all aghast, is all surprised, right? Okay, so thrice fair lady. So, oh lady, beautiful lady, you are blessed thrice. Okay, stand I'm standing here. Even so, I'm also very equally surprised to uh, with this okay consequence of mine, right? Okay, as doubtful whether I what I see be true. I'm okay stood okay here doubtful whether what I got is really true, right? Until confirmed, signed, ratified by you. So I want it to be approved. I want it to be ratified, right, from your side as well, right? Okay. So you also make me feel that I'm a winner, right? Perhaps here Basani is okay asking indirectly, right, to receive a kiss in return, as written in the scroll, so that he would also realize that yes, he is a winner to what he has done, right? So thus, right, you saw, right, the casket scene has been answered, right? So it is finally Bassanio, right, who is to winner in this lottery, right? He has chosen the lead casket, from which came out the portrait of Portia, and as per the right lottery's instruction, right, the suitor will have to right get this, right, one who gets this unwind full of who he is, right, will be a winner in this lottery. Okay, so Bassanio at once became the winner to this okay lottery, right? Now what did Portia say, right? Now Portia says, see here, okay, you see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand. Now Portia speaks, right? So Bassanio, my lord, right, now you please look at me. I'm original, right? I'm living, I'm alive. Portia is standing okay near you, right? Such as I am. So, such okay as I am means I'm in reality. I'm not a portrait, right? I'm not a wax made, right? I'm not an idol, right? So I am a living human being whose name is Portia. Portia says, okay, though for myself alone, I would not be ambitious in my wish. So she says, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not ambitious in my wish. I don't want to wish anything, right? Because I have everything, right? But what she says, see, to wish myself much better. So I don't want to wish much better for myself because, right, more than this, right, I don't need anything, right? Because I'm already having uh, more than okay sufficient, right? She says, okay, yet, but still for you, right, Bassanio, right, for your sake, she says, I would be triple 20 times myself. So that means I wish to be 3 times more than right 20, right? She says, okay, then what I am. Okay, that means 60 times, okay, I want to be what I am. More than okay what I am, she says. Okay, 1,000 times more fair, and I want to be 1,000 times more beautiful than what I am. Okay, 10,000 times more rich, and I want to be 10,000 times richer than what I am. Right? Here, okay, uh, Portia wishes, right, that only to stand high in your account, right, that only to stand means in order to stand respectable, right, in your okay eyes, right, because Portia saw, right, loving eyes of Bassanio, right, he is a very loveful person, right, and to be equal, right, in the love in the eyes of Bassanio, she is wishing, right, that you would be right 20 times than what she is, right, and right now here she says 1,000 times I want to be more beautiful than what I am, right? And 10,000 times I want to be richer than what I am, she says. Okay, right? To come right equal to the love that Basani has for her. I might in virtue, so I might be worth, she says, right? Beauty, livings means property. In my okay clear property I have enough, right? Friends exceed account, right? And I have friends okay clear more than sufficient. But the full sum of me, but the sum total of me in totality, she says, right? In sum of something, in detail, in total of something, right? Which to term in gross, which to express in totality, she says, is an unlessoned girl. So I'm an inexperienced girl, right? She says, okay, unlessoned means inexperienced, unschooled, and I'm uneducated, right? Now she says, unpracticed, and I'm untrained, she says, right? So she is not a proud lady, right? To declare that she is most beautiful, right? She is the richest among so many, right? Okay, so she is a very humble young lady, right now, who is very down to earth, right? And accepts what all shortcomings, right? She has in herself. So she says that I'm unlessoned, I'm I'm okay inexperienced. She says I'm uneducated, right? And I'm untrained, right? She says happy in this, but I'm happy in this. Right, she says. She's not yet so old, but she may learn. Because I'm not that too old a lady who can't learn anything. I'm too young to learn anything. Right, she says. Okay, happier than this. But happier than this is what? She's not bred so dull. She's not born so idiot. Right, she's not so born, right, fool, who can't be taught anything. Right, even if you're taught something, she won't be able to learn anything. So I'm not that kind. Right, I'm young enough to learn anything, right? Not that too old who can't learn anything, okay? But she can learn, right? So she is very down to earth lady, right? She knows that okay, what are her weaknesses, and she is pressing forward, right? Before okay, Basani, who is her now would be husband in no time, right? So she is telling here that she may have such right disadvantages, weaknesses in herself, but she can be corrected, right? Because she has the age to get corrected. Okay, happiest of all is that her gentle spirit, and happiest of all is that, right, I have a very very gentle nature, sweet nature, she says. Spirit means nature, commits itself, which entrusts itself to yours to be directed, right? And I'm giving myself to be guided by you, right? Now I'm here to be guided by you, right? I'm okay here to be directed by you. So you tell me what should I do? I'll follow it. I'll obey it, right? So she's not okay a lady of vanity, right? Who talks high about her money, right? Her richness, and would even govern Bassanio, who is okay her would-be husband, right? But she is now wanting to, right, submit herself, right, to her husband, and act on her husband's words, right? Then she, as from her lord, her governor, her king, because you are my governor, you are my lord, you are my king, right? So whatever you say, so shall be obeyed by me. Okay, myself and what is mine to you and yours is now converted. And she says, myself and all that is mine, right, is now yours, right? So I give up everything to you, right? She says, okay, but now I was the lord of this fair mansion. So far I was the mistress of this, right, large house, right, this bungalow. Okay, master of my servants, and I was the right mistress of these servants. These servants are all mine, right? They follow me, they obey me, right? Queen over myself, and I was the queen, right, over myself, right? And even now, but now, this house, the servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord, right? But even now, but now, that means, but now, even at this moment, even at this juncture, before we are tied into knots, before we are, right, our marriage is, okay, sanctimoniously performed, right? Clear? So this house is yours, these all servants are yours, right? And the whole of myself is yours, right? You are my lord now, you are my husband now. Right, she says, I give them with this ring, and she takes out a ring, right, and gives it to Bassanio as a first token of love, right? So this ring, you keep it, right? Which when you part from, lose or give away, if you right now part with this ring, right, or lose it somewhere, or give it to somebody, right? Let it precise, let it foretell. Precise means foretell, right? The ruin of your love. So this will be the destruction of your love, right? I'll believe that you had no love for me, right? If you ever part with this ring, give it to anybody or sell it to anyone. Okay, and be my vantage, and that will be my opportunity. Vantage means opportunity, advantage, right? To exclaim on you, right? To accuse you, to charge you, right? I can question you, right? Asking about where the ring is, right? I'll believe that you have no love for me then. Okay, right? So you saw here what did Portia, right, say, right, to OK Bassanio when Bassanio has stood winner in this lottery, right? He has at once become the winner, right, and is the husband of OK Portia, right? But before they got tied into knots ceremoniously, right? Uh, Here OK Portia has already declared that Bassanio is the master of the house now and master of everyone, right? Now, how did Bassanio uh, you can say answer, right, to the promise here okay Basani, Persia has asked for that here the first token of love, which is the ring, right, being gifted to Bassanio, right, neither to sell it nor to give it or not to take it out, right, to anybody, right. Now what Bassanio says to it, right, from here we'll again okay see it in our next uh, online class. I hope it is right clear up to here, right? So you'll be revising, right, and go through all what is taught so far, right, and practice yourself, right. If any doubts, further you can question. Thank you very much.